Today is June the 12th and we are going to be painting or drawing prunes today. Yeah, I have the ones that you eat. If my Padlet actually works, hang on a second. I'm going to turn that on, do not disturb, and make sure that I have the Padlet so it doesn't move around. All right, let's have a look, see who else is here this morning. Sorry, I've been missing in action. I went over to England for a week and saw family, which was really lovely. And so I need to get all caught up. I have like notes everywhere on my desk. You probably saw some of those just then. I do not need my watercolors. I've been doing some dog portraits since I got back. This one and this guy. I find black dogs a lot harder than colorful ones, but I've got to adjust that one slightly, but those are going out this week. And yesterday I was drawing in my Pith sketchbook. I missed a whole bunch of animals from last week. If you didn't know, hey C, we're drawing from images that our Patreon, lovely Patreon family have been adding photos to. We came up with the label for this month being June. Actually, we did not. Joel did from Australia. He suggested, and this is Nick's husband, he suggested that we do everything that rhymes with June. So far we had baboon, raccoon, loon. I haven't written loon there. And I am going to fill this page up with a few more from the animal week. And then we are on to the food week. Today is prune, so I'm going to be drawing, I have two images for prune. I added these. So we have the Sunsweet, amazing prunes, pitted prunes. And then we have this one, which is the Mariani pitted dried prunes. Kind of like this image. I didn't pick up any, I should have picked up some prunes yesterday, but I didn't. Hey Tash, how are you? See, did you start your prune drawing already? I'm going to do a 10-minute prune drawing, and then I'm going to come back and try and figure out what I've missed from last week. My husband made me this. Isn't it nice? With his laser cutter that he's playing around with. I thought it was really nice. I know that you can kind of do this stuff on a Cricut as well, but I thought it was kind of cool. So if you're joining and you don't know my name is Charlotta. And yeah, go to my website because I have workshops starting next Tuesday if you would like to do some summer workshops. So those are all up and there. I didn't really advertise that I was going to be here today, but I'm here. So let's get started with the prunes. Just want to make sure, let me see. How many have I missed of the animals? I've missed cocoon and Mancoon. So I think I can fit those on here, the Mancoon. I can fit these on here, and then I can start with the food on this page. So I've missed macaroon, spoon, and we have prune, and then we have afternoon tea. And I'm not sure where the cartoon came in from, but maybe we can do a food cartoon. That would be kind of cool. Okay. So I'm going to work on this one. Amy says help, but I think it's supposed to be hello. Hello, Amy. And Louise says good morning. And C says she's just starting now. So I'm going to just start now too. I've decided to do these in markers because I picked up, you would not believe, packs of acrylic. I went to our local pharmacy, and sometimes like to go to the post office, And sometimes they have like a rack where things are on sale. I'm not sure how long these will last, but I picked up a pack, 2 packs of crayons, and they're the smelly ones, which I always, it brings me back to my childhood. And then also Silly Sense crayons. They were $1 each, $1. I'm like, when art supplies are only $1, like you really can't go wrong. And you know, I haven't used markers for a long time, so I feel like it's time that I worked with them again. So let's have a look. And I'm going to do the prunes over here. Louisa says the cartoon was because we only had 4 foods, but I think we could creatively do a cartoon of any food or draw food from any cartoon. Oh, I think that's a really good idea. That is a bargain. It was at Shoppers, Leslie, like crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes and then I won't overwork this one. 10 minutes starts now. I'm also going to make it a little bit more like a packet. These packets kind of are quite stiff, but they sit, they're like plastic. I've forgotten how much I actually really like using markers. I don't know, if you were here at the beginning, like in Char's art class right back in 2020, and if you've known me for a while, you know that I used to do a lot of work with markers, like a lot of portraits, a lot of, like if you go on to Sketchy and go through my profile and have a look at all the images that I've done, like all the portraits, there was a phase, and this is why I don't understand why kids nowadays, they don't keep their Instagram pictures on their Instagram, because it's really interesting to go back and see what you've done or what your trend was then or what you were working in. Like I know that Julie, like she's going to go back and she's going to look at her 100-day project and go, oh yeah, that was when we I did my 100-day project. And she'll look at the progress of her 100 days. So we have 7 minutes left. See, this is very, I'm not going to get all the colors on here because some of them are very light, and I'm just dealing with these crayons which are very saturated. Good morning, Meryl. How are you, Meryl? Like, look how bright this is. But I don't think it matters. I think I'm just getting the design down. I mean, if I really was very, very particular, I would be using other markers, but I'm just going to use these. You'll get the idea. Okay, I'm going to use my purple for the plums. Does everybody like prunes? And what do you prefer? Do you prefer dates or do you prefer prunes? I feel like they're quite similar. Well, similar, yes and no, but yeah. Or do you prefer fresh plums to prunes? I can't talk and do writing. I'm not very good at that. And also doing this bubble, but because I don't have, well, I guess I could go over with a white paint. See, this is, I'm not very good at writing. Especially when it's 10 minutes. Maybe I should have just done purple writing in here. It's not going to show up really. Oops. When you try to mimic typography, you have to be really particular, or copy type. And I'm not super particular when it comes to that. C says, I'm using my crayons, yellow scented marker. It smells like banana. Now I'm hungry. I know, some of them are like, they smell really good. I think I'm going to have to just use the pink for the top of that. Good source of fiber, 100 calories per serving, deliciously fat free. Do you want to know how much time you've got left? I mean, if you're all caught up, you can spend a lot more time on this, but I am not caught up. We have 3 minutes left. Patreons, I sent out I just heard back from Mo last night, so we arranged a time. We all agreed on a time, which was 11 o'clock this Saturday. If you can't make it, I do apologize, but there will be a replay, and we're going to Long Island this Saturday with Mo. So I've sent a Luma link to Patreon. If you're a Substack subscriber, a paid Substack subscriber, you will get it as well. There's only a few, but that's okay. So I'm opening it up to Substack subscribers as well. And the images are really lovely, so it's going to be a great meet. You can, you know, create a zine of all these places. There's a lot of water scenes. I think it'll be great. So that's Saturday morning. And I am thinking I'm supposed to be going to see my daughter on Sunday, but I may do an early meet of London Part 1 because I'd like to get that in as well. So if you can make a Sunday morning early meet, then we can do that too. All right, there is a little bit of shadow. I'm not sure if it's worth using this grey. I don't think, maybe I should have just left it. These are water soluble, so you could take a little bit of water and add to them. And there really aren't many colours. I think, what was it, 10 colours. So I'm just using the 10 colours, that's it. Oh, and what I'll do is also put a shadow underneath here. That's it, 10 minutes. So this was for prunes. Just gonna get a few small areas of hatching on here so that they look a little bit more circular. And then also that plum apricot little line that goes through them as well. Layering with markers is something that I like to do as well, because you can get a whole new range of colors when you layer. Okay, so prunes. So yesterday we had spoon, so I'm going to add spoon down here as well, and then I'm going to, there's macaroon, so I'm going to do a 10-minute spoon. C says she prefers dates, and Louisa says both prunes and dates are also fresh plums. Dates are too? I thought dates were, I guess, do they call them plums? Like they grow on palm trees. C says, I do like plums a lot and prunes are good, but as a child I thought prunes were medicine, or rather prune juice. Yeah. It's funny how the word prunes is lowercase and pitted is uppercase. That is funny, isn't it? You know what? It's to draw emphasis that they are actually pitted. And I didn't put that on, did I? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I didn't put pitted on here. It is funny. And also, do you like the leaf for the eye? I thought that was cool. Louisa says, and not dates are different. Yeah, dates are like, there's because in Spain and Mallorca we had date trees, which were basically palm trees, and then there's this whole like a hanging thing that they sell in markets as well, and you can get fresh dates, and they're about, well, they can range in size. I think they come from Africa as well originally, but some of this size, some of this size, and they hang from this, it's almost like a rope looking thing, and they're all surrounding them like a bunch, almost like grapes, but like a bunch of dates. Amy says, I want to try date chocolate cake recipe, no sugar and kind of a brownie. Ooh, if you have a recipe, I'd love to try that as well. Can you send it to us? Almost like a brownie with no sugar and yummy. Yeah, if you want to put that in the in our Patreon chat. That would be really nice. Hi Martina, how are you? All right, so I'm gonna give myself, I'll give myself 5 minutes for this spoon. I think it'll take a little bit less, but let's see. 5 minutes starts now. And I'm not sure, maybe I should do I was gonna do a negative space of the spoon, which would be kind of cool. No, I'll just do a drawing. My yellow has got a tint of green on it. I'm not sure why. Martina, I'm catching up on all the June images, so you'll have to bear with me. I just did prunes for today, and then I will be doing this spoon, and then I will be doing macaroon and Mancoon, and what else did I miss? I missed one other one. Mancoon and, oh, cocoon. So we're working on images of objects which, or things which rhyme with June. I sound like a Dr. Seuss. I sound like I'm reading a Dr. Seuss book or something. And Amy just said she has a really good recipe for a date cake, almost like a brownie. Yum. Which she's going to share with us all, right? Right. I don't know if I can blend, if I go over with the yellow. I'm going to try that. Yeah, I can. Because I want this almost like a glow. And then I'll just take the brown and fill in the spoon. You have 2 minutes left if you're doing timed images like me. Is there a brown? Oh yeah, there is a brown. I know this is on the inside, but just gonna put that on. I think this is probably bleeding through the other side. This is the Pith Supply sketchbook. Patricia, who is in England right now, she was asking me why I like the Pith Supply sketchbook. Well, one, it lies completely flat, which I really love. And two, it's great for things like markers and, well, every medium really, other than watercolor. Like, it's not great for watercolor, but it is, it's great for markers, it's great for crayons, for pen work. I feel like I need to do, oh, we only have 30 seconds left, so that's not going to work. I'm just going to blend this a little bit. In some areas. Markers can be really versatile, especially when you're out drawing as well and sketching, because they're so easy to transport, they're quick, like they cover a large area, they're dry, you don't have to wait for them to dry. Fast drying time. There's my funny spoon. I think Leslie posted this spoon. Thank you, Leslie, for that. Maybe I'll put a little bit of a, I was going to put a little bit of a line down here, but maybe I'll just use the gray. Just come around. And that, you can see that the gray has quite a lot of blue in it because it just turned green. And I can see it's come through slightly on the other side. That's okay. All right, so let's go to our next one. Our next one is the lovely macaroon. Is anybody just doing one, or are you doing, are you catching up? Okay, because I have a limited color palette, I really want to see what I have color-wise that can give me different values. So, for example, I've got a blue and a purple. And to test this, I just want to let's pull up a page where I'm not too worried about doing any tests. I can do it here. So I want to make sure that I have a couple of, so this is really dark. And this is probably even darker, but I can mix them and they'll go even darker. So then I also have yellow, which is a great light color for the macaroons, and then I have, for the darker of the yellow, I can put an orange, or I could do, I don't know, I think the pink and red are very similar in color. Don't have too many light colors. I wonder if in the other one I have other colors. I don't think I do. I think they're all the same colors. Oh, I do have this one and this one, so they're very similar. And let's have a look. I'm going to check. Oh, and I do have two greens, so I'm going to check those out. I'll just take them all out. All right, so I'm going to check out these two. I just want, because you really can't, well, you could go over much darker, but I need some light colors as well. And you smell, this one smells like orange. Oh, what is that one? That one is, oh, flowers. Orange and flowers. All right, so these two work. This one kind of works. And I think this is the same blue. It is the same blue as this one. Slightly change in color. The greens I wanted to try. We've got this green, I mean green macaroons. Yeah, there are green macaroons, but they're, and a little bit darker. So I could do that too. Or I could put a blue with the green and then it'll become much darker. I could do that too. All right. So I think I just need to, all right, let's get started on this. 10 minutes. C says, I'm able to be caught up and keeping it simple because life is complicated enough. Yes, that's great. And C says, I was able to stay with it. You have been doing amazing at staying with it. Fantastic. Well done, C. All right. 10 minutes starts now. I will do the plate, but I'm going to get, I have a circle that I'm going to use, which I just tipped out all the things in the circle. Let's put the circle of macaroons here, and I'm going to use a grey. The plate of macaroons, rather, not the circle of macaroons. Huh. And I'm going to draw them out just with yellow and make sure that I have my tin top of my tin here for the perspective. And we have this lovely little note here. I do love macaroons, which I don't think they're called macaroons, are they? Like in their own language, in French, aren't they macarons? I'm sure if Julie is here, she's probably cringing when I'm saying macaroon, macaron. Or maybe they're not even macarons. Anyone here very capable of French? A lovely French accent? Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just work on not the macaroons right now, but the shadows in between here. Whoops. And the tin has got, what, I'm going to darken these areas here as well. The tin has got a lovely pattern on it as well, which we can put on. You don't have to do the exact pattern. A little bit of dark over here. I'm going to take my pink and just put almost like a dash pattern instead of a circle. Let's do the edge first. Really gets a little bit squished over here. I wonder, did the Spanish say macaron as well? Like, what do they, how do they say macaron? Macron. Maybe it's Macron. Who knows? Maybe Louisa knows. Okay, I'm going to do some of the macarons in this color. What I'm going to do is leave a little bit of light, so the light is going to be here. So I'm just going to a little bit of a broken light, and then I'm going to fill in this side and just keep it really simple, and then I can come in with the, and again look where the light is up here, and then fill in, and then I'll come in with a darker color to create the macaron, the 3D effect of it. Let's put one over here, so light, and then darken it. And I'll do another one here as well, light and dark. Light. Okay. All right, another color. Let's, should we do some yellow ones? Or no, let's do some orange ones. I think this was the lighter of the two. 3 minutes left. Ooh, shoot. Put one here as well. And this one here. And I'll put one here. I'm trying to split them up a little bit. Maybe that's not realistic either. And I need another light color. I don't really have that many light colors, so should I put green or should I put more? What should I do? Oh, let's do some yellow ones, because yellow I can darken with the orange. So it's similar to watercolor. You need to leave the light on something like this and make sure that you're not covering it. So if I go in with a red now, I may have to use a darker color actually, thinking and looking at it. Maybe a purple. So you want the center, which is the darkest point, and then there's a little bit of a breakage on the whatchamacallit, on the meringue bit. Has a bit of texture surrounding that area. Yeah, it definitely needs to be darker. Okay, so this one is going to be easier to see. There's a breakage. The breakage of the meringue. And then the yellow ones, I'm going to take the lighter color, orange, and just add that to this one. And that is our 10 minutes, but I haven't finished, so I'm going to continue a little bit more. Amy says, Mark is so bright and light, good for food, makes a fresh look. Yeah, and what is lovely is that you can darken them if you need to darken them. So, for example, if I want to go a little bit darker with my shadow, I could take a blue and just move it into the shadow area here, adding a little bit more depth to this area. And then also, like in these macaroons, I'm going to add a little bit of purple because there is a little bit more contrast. And even with the orange ones, I think I may go in with the brown and just add some more contrast to those. Just where the two meet each other. Can't remember what the cream is in between the macaroon. Does anybody know? Is it almost like, but it's usually a flavor, isn't it? That they put in between. Oops, where did that go? Okay. Okay, I think my macaroons are done. This should be darker here. This should be darker here. This should be darker. This should be darker here. And I can go over, look how nice when you go over the other colors with another color just to unify it all. I like that. I think the brown is a little bit too dark, but that's okay. All right, let's see, what do we have? We have cocoon. So I will continue this page tomorrow because I think it's tea, afternoon tea. Afternoon rhymes with June. And we have some images for that. And then we have a cartoon, so I may have to take another full page for the cartoon. Right. Let's see. Cocoon. This is an amazing cocoon. Look at that. Look at that. I'm not sure if I can draw that, but there are other cocoons that you can draw, like like a cocoon of a butterfly. Could draw that too, but I'm going to attempt this one. So let's put it on for 5 minutes, and I may be able to get the other one done as well. 5 minutes starts now. I'll start with the yellow again. So this is really, I'm just going to simplify it. Oops, I got some color on my marker. These are all sticks that they've made so that they can have a very safe journey through their stage of, is it metamorphosis or is that plants? I do get them confused. I'm not very good with science, you know. All right. Let's get a few of these sticks in here randomly. This is another one, a little bit like the spoon, that would be extremely good to have a negative space in the back of it, like behind it. Look at all these little twigs. This is definitely not my kind of art, but I know that some people would love to just sit here and study this, like, you know, but not really me. Don't know where my lid went. Did anybody see where my lid went? I think it flew off the table. Huh. My brown lid disappeared. So this kind of in between. Now I have 5 minutes, so I can do a little bit of detail. Even if you just highlight some areas and make sense of those, because you can't, you know, unless it's like that game of sticks, like you need to know which one goes over the other one, and you need to be aware of that, and you have to make sure you have a over under system going over here. But I mean, there's a lot of things going on, so I will just try and create a few areas that make sense, and that's good enough. There's also, like, as you study this kind of thing, there's so many colors. You've got, you know, the shadow colors and the darker colors, and you've got the browns and the reds and the beiges and the grays, and there's a lot. sticks that are over, sticks that are under. All right, there's our 5 minutes, and this is it cocoon? And this is loon. And we have one more that I've missed, which is the Mancoon. And I think I can just do a little mini one here. Let's just do macaroon and spoon. Okay. Ah, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Louisa. You know what is fun when you, like, if you pick one medium to do all of these in, like, I think it'll be nice to have these. And you can see that I don't know where did anybody see? Where did it go? It completely disappeared. It's one of those disappearing acts. It's probably right in front of me somewhere, but I do not see it. The lid to my brown has disappeared. It flew off somewhere. Okay, let's do the little Mancoon. So extremely light in the face in many areas. I do not have that light beige color. So what I'm going to do is probably take yellow again. No, I'll do it in the light orange. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes starts now. And I'm just gonna get the rough shape ears. My God, such a gorgeous cat. Did Mancoons start off in the wild and then people caught them and started domesticating them? I feel like it's a cat pedigree that you can actually have in your house now, but I'm sure it used to be wild, didn't it? So with markers, you can start off very light and then come in a little bit heavier. And the nice thing about it, if you have, I like Crayolas for this too, because you do have the option to have a wider edge or a very fine edge. So my Mancoon cat is going to be an orange cat with some brown. Oh, don't have really green, so I'm going to use yellow for the eyes. I can put a little bit of green in there, maybe just at the top. Let's see if I can blend that with the yellow. Yeah, just a little bit. Probably could have just taken it from the tip of the green instead. Wasn't thinking. Thank you, C. C says, I'm not certain about the need to be domesticated. Want to research them again. I've always associated their history with lighthouses and fishermen. Oh, I did not know that. And Louise says, I'm looking forward to the Painterly Cats workshop. Mine always looks so grumpy. Ah, yes, I'm looking forward to teaching that Painterly Cats workshop too. Next week we have 2 food workshops actually, In a Bowl and Burger and Beyond. And I did Burger and Beyond because I'm going to be supplying images of portobello mushroom burgers as well as regular burgers, because I know that some people do not eat meat, so that's why. I don't know if you know the brand, the Beyond Meat brand. Oh, that is our time. I'm gonna just finish this little kitty. But yeah, so next week. And if you've taken other classes of mine, one of the color mixing class actually had a bowl of almost like a salad bowl, where this is going to be like a noodle bowl or other bowls as well. But it's really interesting because a little bit like the macaroons or macaroons, you just have to look at, which is like everything that we do, look at color blocking. And so it'll be 2 great classes next week, how to finish an image and how to structure your image as well. So those are next week. If you haven't signed up for those, you still can. Unfortunately, the discount is not there anymore. And all the workshops are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and they run for 2 hours, and they start at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern. If you have signed up, you'll start getting emails with the links and the reference photo. I think it's this hair up here that makes the Mancoon look like a Mancoon cat, doesn't it? And then the long fur in the front, like on the body. My watch is going beep, 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 beep. Mancoon cat. If you didn't know that it was a cat, it is a cat. Let me just put a little bit, I don't know where the lid is. Did anybody see where the lid went? It literally just flew. Well, thanks for showing up, everybody. It was nice that you were here, drawing, painting, whatever you were doing at home with us. I will be back tomorrow, same time, and we will get a tea. I'm all caught up. I think I'm all caught up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm all caught up. Woohoo! So happy that I'm caught up. Yeah, they are gorgeous, these cats, aren't they? I feel like it needs some more fluff out here and a little bit darker over here. Oh, and I didn't put the dark area on here, on this side. Yeah, have a really good day, everybody. I have a dog portrait to do. I have a gift card to do. It's end of year, and there are teachers who need, or who I would like to give a little card to, so I'll be doing that today. Patreon packages should be going out today as well. They were supposed to go out beforehand, but we're still before the midway point, so that's good. Thank you, everybody, and have a really good day. Did you get your prunes drawn? If not, get your prunes drawn. Bye, everyone. Bye.